I thought I would finally do a test and compare the Pro Pointer, the original Garrett Pro Pointer. I have the distance mod, but I have it all the way back, so that won't be influencing everything. And I'm going to compare it against the AT Pen Pointer. I'm also going to compare it against the AT Pen Pointer if it is deeper, or as deep, or deeper than the original at various levels. The 1, the 2, and the 3 levels that you have with the Garrett AT Pro Pointer that you don't have with the original Pro Pointer. And I also might use this distance mod and see how much increased depth I can get. That's off the stock. And then I might see if I can use the same principle and see if I can extend the AT Pen Pointer any. So it's basically an intellectual exercise, but we'll give it a shot. So right now I'm going to turn on the Garrett Pro Pointer. There's not multiple levels, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'm going to set this at about the 1 inch mark on my yardstick here. And then I'm going to take a penny, and I'm going to take it to 4. 1 inch, I get it. 2 inches, just barely. Now that's the standard pen pointer. Now bring it a little closer. Okay, about 1 3/4 inch, I get a reliable signal with the standard Pro Pointer, and that's about what we would expect. And I might get a click or two at 2 inches, but about 1 3/4 inches is the maximum I get out of the standard Pro Pointer here, without the modification being used. So let me switch this off. Now let me go to the Garrett AT Pen Pointer, and I have it on maximum. I'm going to switch it on. And now I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it down once, and then I'm going to get a measure. 1, 2, 3. You hear that? 1, 2, 3. It's at maximum depth. So I'm going to move the Garrett Pen Pointer back to the 1 inch mark. Now I have. Here's something interesting about the Garrett Pen Pointer. I have my. And this is something you need to realize about the AT Pen Pointer. I have to move this a little bit further away because I have my tripod not that far away, and it did not react with the original pen pointer. Now look at this. But it did react with the AT Pen Pointer because the AT Pen Pointer is much more sensitive through the length, I've pretty much determined, than the original Pro Pointer. And that is both good and bad. I get depth readings, but sometimes I don't know whether the coin is here, here, or here, and I have to click to reduce my, or to reset my sensitivity to actually find the coin. And you have to do that a lot with this one because it's so sensitive throughout its whole length. Alright, I'm trying to get this right. Alright, I'm at the 1 inch mark, and see, I have to be real careful because you notice how much trouble I'm having keeping that stable because there's some metal that's not that far away, and I can't really get it any further than that and actually do the test. All right, I got it maxed out. Here's 1 inch. Oh man, you see that? That's about. That Garrett AT Pen Pointer will really go off when it's close. It's almost like an overload signal. Here I got 2 inches. Okay, now I'm already showing you that it's reliably a 1/4 inch deeper than the original Pro Pointer. All right. 2.5 inches. And so it's about a 1/2 inch further at maximum. I'm not going to click it down because now we know that it's about a 1/2 inch further. So I'm sure that it would fall down to about the standard pen pointer at that level or closer. So it's about a 1/2 inch more, a little less really, maybe even a 1/4 inch. So the Garrett Pro Pointer AT did not extend its distance markedly. It did somewhat, but not markedly. So that's a consideration because my TRX is much, much deeper than that. Now I'll probably run a test against it sometime in the future. But as you see that now, the thing about the Garrett is it's much more sensitive. Here's my penny. Watch this. I'm all the way up and down the body of this thing. Look here. This is where I am. I'm down here at the body, and I'm getting a good signal. So you're going to have to cut down sensitivity to actually find your coin, because it can be anywhere along the length of your detector here, and there's nothing you can do about it until you click sensitivity down. It's just nothing you can do about it. All right, we're going to stop right there. Let me take the quarter and do this again. Do this same test with the AT print pointer. Okay, 2 3/4 on the quarter. Okay, so we do get a slight more depth with the AT pin pointer, but just a slight bit. Now, the thing about the original Pro Pointer is this. Let me switch off the AT pin pointer. Is you can manipulate it by simply sliding up a coin. In this case, I've created a little device to do it, basically. So I can slip this up until I get the slight sound, which means I've reached the point. Okay, now I slip it back. So now, at this point, I should have more depth. See, I already have more depth. See, I'm now reacting to the... Hold on, let me get this thing. See, it's reacting to the tripod again. Alright, so I'm going to try this again. Here I am. I'm going to be right at the end of my... See, right at the end of my yardstick here. Here I am. But I have to keep it away from my tripod. Fortunately, I can't get my tripod much further away than it is now. I'm gonna adjust my tripod and get it a little bit further away so we don't have this problem as much. See, it gets a little erratic too. So here we go. I'll put this back. All right, guys. Now here we go. Now I'm going to do this again, and we're going to run this same test again, which I should get more depth now that I've used a little key to do the thing. Okay, that's 1 inch. That's 2 inch. Okay, now at 3 inches, I get enough of a sound, and maybe a little bit further, to let me know that there may be something there, and for me to keep digging. So I'm getting 3 inches. So the distance modded traditional Pro Pointer is deeper than the full out Garrett AT pin pointer at its full depth. Now let me see if I can actually mod this. So I'm going to take the pin pointer, I'm going to switch it on, and let's see if you can do that with this. I don't think you can, because look at it, it's so sensitive down its length. I am at the end of this. You see that? I'm at the end. See, I cannot use that same tool unless it's like here. Let's see it. I'm trying to scoot it up. Okay, I'm at the button level. So I'm trying the coin trick with this to see if I can extend it. And look how far I have to get back because of the sensitivity from one end to the other of the AT Pro Pointer, which is both good and bad. Okay, there we go. See, there it is. Now let's see if I've increased the depth with this coin trick at this point. I think I may have, because see how sensitive it is? It's a little bit iffy though. Okay. Okay, guys, I think I'm pretty sure. Okay, guys, distance modded in the traditional way with the coin. I'm at 4 inches, so I did get another inch or inch and a half by using the distance mod, but look how far I had to get down on the machine. Now compare it to this one where I'm up near the tip. So there is a difference there. So I can distance mod, and I will be doing that because I do like as much depth as possible. It's going to be interesting. Okay. So I can distance mod this thing and get another inch or inch and a half out of it. And I really would like to have that. You know, I'm sorry, I know some people don't need that. I prefer it. So I will be distance modding this and creating something very similar to this. But I'm going to have to go deeper because, see, I'm above the button here, and I have to be almost below the button on this because it's so sensitive all the way up and down its length. All right, I'm not sure if that's a good test, but, you know, at least you're seeing that if I don't distance mod my AT Pro Pointer, you know, one of its selling points and main selling points is the fact that it's waterproof. So this is not a deal breaker in any sense. I can still beat it if I use the distance modded, which I've got this thing set. I can move it back and forth, version of the original Pro Pointer. So, you know, I don't know if that's going to help anybody, but, you know, if you do distance mod your Pro Pointer and want to get a little deeper, then it lets you know that you're still going to need to do that with this one if you want it to get any deeper. You know, so I'm not saying that many of you do want that, but it's an intellectual exercise, and, you know, just seeing how this is going to work and how it does its thing. So, you know, kind of a raggedy thing, but we do see that it is approximately 20-25% deeper with the AT Pro Pointer without the distance modification. If I just take it out of the equation, than the original Garrett AT. So if you like that little bit of extra depth, I wouldn't worry about it. But if you do want distance mod your Garrett, then you're still going to get deeper than the unmodded Garrett Pro Pointer AT. But I think I've proven you can actually mod this one. But I'll be trying that, and I'll be reporting on that later. So I hope this interests you. I'll be doing this probably, doing tests with other pin pointers, etc. But you know, I'm really interested in modding the Garrett Pro Pointer. You know, I'm not going to mod it and scar it. I'm just going to just the same thing I'm here using. Use a few pull ties and create a little slide apparatus, and then just adjust it, and then when I get to a target, and then see if it's useful for me. And it's just like I said, if it doesn't work, it's just an intellectual exercise. So I'm not saying you should do this, but I'm going to try it, you know, because I'm always trying something odd. In any case, this is Texas Tiger Diggs, and I'm still screwing around with things, and I will see you next time.